Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to this, your Cancer October 2023 reading and forecast. Hi, I'm Nigel Saint James, clairvoyant, and I've done a number of one-on-one clairvoyant readings for many of you over the course of the last month, haven't I? And you know who you are, and if you might be interested in seeing how you would go about, or interested in looking at what is involved in a one-on-one clairvoyant reading, just check out the information that's in the description box below. Now, separately, I've done a number of healings as well. Now, my soul contract, I got my soul contract is that for healing, I'm not to receive any benefit for it. So, healings are offered for free, no strings attached, no obligation. You won't be sold or recommended anything. So if you or someone that you know might be interested in healing, check out the information that's in the description box below, and I can fulfill my soul contract. So let's get your tarot underway now, shall we? Great to see the subscribers. Thank you for inviting me into your home. It's always good to see you. We don't have any video advertisements breaking into this content, do we? There's the Knight of Wands, so you get to enjoy the experience uninterrupted by video ads breaking in. There's the Page of Pentacles. What's here? The Devil. Hello, Devil. Have a look at this. Knight of Swords. You've got a few people. Knight of Wands, Page of Pentacles, Knight of Swords, the Devil. See what else there might be. Let's grab one more, shall we? What about you? And that is the Nine of Cups. Well, why don't you, as is our usual practice, come and sit down here next to me. You and I will have a close look at the art that's on these cards together, while we together interpret it in accordance with what I think the spiritual energies are that are circulating around you at the moment. And I'll do the reading for you. Let's start with this central, the Devil. Let's have a look at him. Well, this is a form of the Devil that we'd like to see, don't we? The archetypal evil one, in a way. Although spiritually that's a misunderstanding. Sitting on top of a golden orb. Now, in his right hand, he's pointing up to heaven, and his left hand, he's pointing down to earth. And from his right hand and down to these two people here, we see that there is a chain snaking down to a lady who is attired in a way which captures my interest. And she's holding a fan. This red negligee that she has, and the fan, they are signs of lust and greed. And right on the figure here, there's a man sort of holding his hands up, sort of, not in despair, but just in the normal human emotions, I suppose, is what I would expect. But what is interesting, if you look at the chain, there are no locks on the chain, and the people are themselves deciding to stay attached to the Devil, because Devil is the Lord of the gates of matter. And here, these spirits have come into human form and into matter. This is Saturn ruling Capricorn. Now, this is a time when we see you having great procreative energy, a new vitality, which is good, humor, a sensuality, it's got to be said, and a sexuality will be very important to you. Now, if you're not partnered with someone, you can still engage in sexuality, that's okay. Creative energy is here. And individuality as well. Now, I do think that you might, from time to time, just set off on things or do something on blind impulse. You will be irresistibly magnetic during this period, and you'll have great endurance in getting things done. Now, the Devil, I think, here represents tunnel vision. His vision is usually directed at some material goal. Now, that could relate to a career ambition, or looking after things around the house, or children, or just looking after your own best interest. And and what this is saying is that you can accomplish a lot if you are focused, because the devil isn't distracted by anything. He's very focused on the task at hand. Now, as I say, Saturn in Capricorn. Well, Capricorn is the sign of business, career, worldly success and social standing, and Capricorns are usually hard workers and high achievers, aren't they? I think what we see here also is that there is a shadow side often to the devil, which speaks about restrictions or being imprisoned by a situation that appears to be out of your control, or maybe that there could be some addiction which is stopping you from really enjoying your life at 100%. But I think what this is saying, though, is that there is a need for you to accept that you have an ambitious side, but see it for what it is, without becoming a slave to it. You'll have great carnal desire at this time, the desire for food, drink, sex, just enjoying everything about life, nature, everything else that's out there. You'll have a strong desire to compete, I think, to improve yourself and to win. But keep a balance between the material side of life and your emotional and spiritual sides as well. This is saying to me that you might find that you are very sexually attracted to someone, or that there is the desire for a relationship. And it's also saying that people are going to be very attracted to you sexually, if I may say that. Now, there might be some people who demonize you, who make you out to be the devil. Well, just laugh and take it easy and accept what life gives you and keep your feet on the ground. Now, do you have some wish or desire that you don't admit to? Say to yourself, I am a vital, joyful, and grounded person. I enjoy my sexuality. Whether my problems are real or imagined, I can handle them realistically and with good humor, and I am the captain of my boat. All right, well then why don't we go... Now you've got a couple of court cards over here. What do they have to say? Who are they? Actually, you've got Cancer up and down all over them, so these are applying to you, but they could also be applying to someone else as well. And with respect to this other person with this card here that it could be applying to, is that I think that what I'm getting around it is Aquarius and Capricorn around here. Now, this is someone in your life, I think, or it could also be attributes of your own, where you actually are quite intellectual, full of ideas and plans, very clever, but there's an instability involved in the cleverness is what I'm getting here. Maybe this person is quite domineering. They can also be impressionable about things. Now, this is the time, though, when you'll have a great degree of intuition, good creative thinking. You'll be cutting through all entanglements and becoming free of limited ideas and models, and there's a clear perception for you at this time. Now, what there is, though, is that there is a shadow side to this where the intellect that you have, you might have a whole lot of ideas that trip over themselves, and so what is important, you moving on to, or this person does, moves on to ideas, from one idea to the next idea to the next idea. There's a lot of air in here. See, as the knight he's air, and as swords he's air. So what we see is any direction that this guy goes in is accidental. It's not necessarily in control at the moment. When the creative process works, it works well, but it's got to be grounded in something. And in order for it to be useful. Now, this energy of Knight of Swords is quite complementary to that, for me, of the Archangel Raphael. It sort of follows the same path. They are both crusaders of healing. Now, Raphael is the bringer of faith and peace to the troubled world. And together, their goal is to shine light and truth on old patterns that don't serve the highest good of humanity, shifting the old energy to a brilliant, positive energy that supports evolution and betterment in the world at large. Now, when the night here comes blazing quickly into your life on the air, there could well be a dramatic and sudden change. A big shift is coming that can spin your life in a totally different direction. It's going to bring healing, or the light bulb is going to go off with respect to something. And you might also have to look at some of the shadowy aspects of your life. Now, he can indicate a life-changing event. Now, the night signals here, I think, the onset of insights and inspirations that are going to move you into new creative directions. And he's bringing clarity to your mind and solutions to challenging situations. Now, when he appears, as I say, it's time to stay focused on a plan. Don't allow yourself to get distracted. It's also, I'm getting a time of travel and changing residence around here. I'm also getting the thought of, for people who might be open to it, of the beginning of a love affair. And he also indicates somebody that's entering into your life who, with his sword, might just sweep you off your feet. Now, whatever else it may say here also, it is saying that you should free yourself from whatever limits your mind and spirit, but be sure you express your ideas and plans in ways that other people will understand and accept their opinions humbly. Do you know, your thinking may be way ahead of its time, but you can adjust to make your vision workable in the present without sacrificing anything. Now, ask yourself this: what beliefs, feelings, relationships, or programmed ideas do you allow to limit yourself? Say this to yourself: my creative possibilities have no limits, but they do need to be grounded. Now, with respect to this other night that's here, I'm getting a lot of Leo around it. I'm also getting Cancer around it. So Leo might well be important to you. Let's see what he has to say to you this month. I think what's going on here is that, well, this is talking to me of blossoming love. Certainly, again, your intuitive creativity, and you're coming out of the darkness and into the light with respect to something. Now, this person can be, or if it's another person, or could also be you, will find yourself swift and strong, maybe impulsive. It's coming through again. Violent, just, and with a sense of humor. He personifies the mastery of intuitive creativity. All senses are geared towards being used for creative purposes, and he trusts his intuition and surprises other people with his original ideas and solutions. Nothing can hinder or limit this creative flow which is going on at the moment. Because he has turned up in your life, and as the first card, get ready for some real adventure. Now, he indicates travel. I'm getting this travel around change or challenge. Sometimes I think there's some unexpected things coming around which deal with change, challenge. There's an electricity in the air around you, and it's certainly a good time to put your ideas into motion. You see, he brings a surge of creative energy that needs a grounding outlet. So it's complementary to this, I think, because he's talking about ideas tripping over each other. That creativity has got to be focused. It's got to be made tangible for you. And so you've got to learn how to harness this energy by making a plan. And his strong creative energy and intuitive inspiration will ignite the life force that's within you. You become a channel for divine inspiration that wants to be manifested. You're going to feel alive and inspired, wanting to engage with the world around you. And again, I'm getting a lot of sexual energy around here. He's also bringing hope and healing to a situation. And he's pointing to the beginning of a passionate romance for me. He also is talking about maybe change of residence. He brings you strength and courage to live your life with creative passion. But more importantly, he also says that, look, as you will do, you will stand for honesty and integrity, and you'll have a strong sense of morality. Now, this represents a turning point when things may have been going badly. So you must use his energy and his enthusiasm to move on to better things and have the same confidence that he has. And he tells you to re-engage in life and be ready to tackle any challenge that comes your way, because you'll eventually overcome it. And tells you also to have a lust for life and keep a sense of humour. But the devil was also telling you that, I think, if I'm not mistaken. Now remember, you have all you need. Don't let yourself be contained. Don't let yourself be slowed down. Life is prepared to receive you. Trust your boundless creative potential. Now, what challenges are present in your life? Spread your arms wide and breathe deeply into your heart and say this to yourself: I love life and life loves me. Now there is another court card up here, which is this time the Princess of Pentacles. And here is Taurus, Gemini, and Aries around you, I would say. Now, what we have here is, look, she is the messenger of good news for you this month, and she indicates the beginning of a new opportunity, a project, a venture, some sort of work, and a solid relationship. And here your ideas are starting to take form. Opportunities open up for earning money and financial support. She can sometimes speak of being an apprentice or a student, learning new ideas and skills, and she brings a very creative time that can expand into new horizons. Now, I must say, I'm definitely getting pregnancy around here, or the birth of new projects, children, ideas. In relationships, she brings a romantic partnership that has matured, and she also brings engagements and proposals. And it's a time, I think, to appreciate nature. What she's also saying is that this is the time when you will be following your will or true purpose. So this is about you getting in touch with your most important aspect and protecting it. It's a very productive time after what may have been a barren stretch. And I will say this also, that something new is entering into your life, as we've spoken about with these guys here. So prepare yourself. So what must you do in order to be ready for something new to come into your life? And say to yourself, I am now ready for the new beauty in my life. And then, in some respects, it looks like the best has been saved until last. You have here is the Nine of Cups. Now in this position and with these courts around it, the astrology here is Jupiter ruling the second decan of Pisces. Well, Jupiter is the ruler of Pisces, and so this is a very strong, complementary and harmonious energy. And Jupiter's philosophical approach aligns well with Pisces spirituality. Now Jupiter also brings you good luck and happiness. And Jupiter's softer concerns, such as care, compassion, the spiritual life, they are beautifully expressed through sensitive Pisces. There's an enormous capacity for love, although, as is so often the case with this gift, this is often won through lots of difficult times in the past. But nevertheless, bliss, overflowing love, deep joy, blessings, wishes granted. Now, because this card is sitting where it is, beneath in particular this very fertile energy of this page here, this energy is blessing you with good fortune, happiness and well-being, security, a feeling of prosperity and emotional material success seem to be around. I think what you are also doing is that you are experiencing the inner wealth of true self-love, discovering the grail which is within you. Your heart chakra is opening and radiating out unconditional love from the divine, showering boundless love that is streaming magically on everything you create. Now, the key to this energy is living and practicing the universal law of giving and receiving. Now, the gift of this energy is boundless love and abundance. Now, this offers an opportunity to share your wealth, wisdom, and happiness with others. This is known as the wish card, by the way. Now, what you wish for will determine your new path. Now, you would have heard the saying, be careful what you wish for because you might just get it. Well, that speaks about responsible wishing. So take some time and just relax and be quiet and think about what it is you are actually asking for or wishing for, and understand how it might impact you and those around you. You are being supported by the divine to create something new and beautiful. Now, whether it be a personal wish or a wish that is more expansive, in a sense, the universe is lining up to grant it. Remember, you are the mother of your creations, giving birth to the sacred divine. This is a time to work with your creative, magical spirit, letting your dreams and your soul purpose blossom. And at this time of great, wonderful things in your life, remember this, that happiness is my natural condition, and I deserve it as a child of the divine. Well, what a fantastic spread of cards for you. Good job.
I've got to say, I loved spending that time with you. I really did, and what a great month it looks like it's going to be for you. A few ups, a few downs, but very much on the positive side altogether, I think. That's what's going on with you, and don't you deserve it? I think you do. It really is time for you to have some good times, aren't it? Now look, if you did enjoy the reading, would you do me this favor, and it's all I ask, that on the way out, please hit the like button, or do it now if you would. It's good for the computer or YouTube, whatever it may be. And unless you contact me privately, I'll see you again next month. And until then, remember one thing though, and it is this, that you are a legend. And I look forward to seeing you again next month. And until then, it's bye for now.